Hi, welcome back to part 7 now of this Lord of the Rings project. The next thing we're going to do is the Hobbits. I'm going to try and do this in 2 parts, and I'm going to split the Hobbits into 2 sets. First off, we've got Sam and we've got Frodo, and the second one is Merry and Pippin. So we're going to start off by doing these, the base coats. I'm going to try and use just 4 basic colours and work it up from there. Having looked at the miniatures, we've got obviously no boots or anything, so we've got a lot of flesh, which we'll do with talon flesh. We have trousers, waistcoats, jackets, and we also have cloaks on all of these figures. So what I'm going to try and do is just use 4 colours. So the colours I'm going to start as my base colours are Narlock green, Mechrite red, Regal blue, and browns. Now I'm not sure whether to go with a dark brown or a lighter Khemri brown as a start, but there also may be some grey in there for the trousers, so I'll probably go with the fortress grey for that one. So at the maximum we've got is 6 colours. And that's just for the base coats of each Hobbit. Now each Hobbit I'm going to try and do differently, just try and mix those colours up so they've got different coloured trousers, waistcoats, jackets, etc. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do Sam and Frodo. So we'll put Merry and Pippin to one side for a moment. So we'll do Sam and Frodo first. And I think the first thing, while I decide what the colours to do, is we'll start with talon flesh and just go in and paint the flesh parts on these figures, and then we can look out colour schemes in a little while. So we've got that. We're just going to use the normal Winsor Newton brushes and just go in and paint all the flesh parts of probably all 4 figures for now, and get Merry and Pippin's flesh parts out of the way. I'll go ahead and do that, guys. When that's done, I'll come back to you. Thanks a lot. Okay guys, so while I had the talon flesh out, I decided to highlight, to give a base coat to all of the 4 Hobbits. So they've all had their first base coat of their flesh colour on, but I'm going to start to actually put the rest of the base coats on the first 2, and I've done the Samwise Gamgee. He's got a yellow waistcoat with green trousers and a fawny coloured jacket. I think I'm going to give him a green cloak, and then we've got Frodo, who is got a red waistcoat, a blue jacket and grey trousers, and I'm not sure what to do for his cloak. I don't know whether to just give him a brown cloak or whether to maybe give him a dark blue one. I'll think about that, and I'm going to take a break for now, and when I come back I'll have the cloaks done, the hairs done, and we'll give them a wash of my black wash that I made up. Okay guys, I'll see you in a little while. Bye bye. I've had my little break now, guys, and what I've done is I've just to give you an update, I have given Sam a green cloak that I said I was going to give him, but I've decided to go for a dark grey cloak for Frodo, and I've also given them a wash of my black wash, so that's going to take some time to dry. When that's dry, I'll go over the flesh parts with Griffin Sepia, and we'll see about doing the rucksacks on the back of the models, and we'll start some highlighting. Okay guys, thanks very much. I'll see you again soon. Welcome back guys. Excuse me. Right, so we've got the washes are now dried on the Hobbits. So all we're going to do now again is just re-highlight the parts, leaving all the black wash in the recesses again. So we're just going to go over with the original base colours to start. So we'll start with the waistcoat and just go in with the Mecrite red, and all we're looking to do on the waistcoat here is just leave the black wash in the recesses. So it's just going over all of the Mecrite red and bringing out the red colour. So it's a very small touch of the Mecrite red there. We're then going to use the blue, which was Regal blue, just to highlight the coat or his jacket, leaving all the black wash in all the recesses, and just going over all of the highlighted parts, the higher parts of the jacket, leaving the black wash in all the recesses. This is going to give you figures, definition. It's going to make them pop as well. It's going to make them pop out and look amazing. Very tiny little bit of paint on the brush as well. You don't want too much paint on your brush, because otherwise you'll saturate the figure, and that's something we don't want to do. It's just going round, picking out all the higher parts, and making the figure stand out more. So that's the blue done. Next thing we're going to do is cleaning this brush off, is the Fortress Grey on the trousers, and again just pick out the high points, leaving all the black wash into the folds of the trousers. Just a small amount of paint is all you need to do this part. Don't load your brush up fully. So there you go, that's that bit done guys. Next we got the cloak to do, which on Frodo here we did in Fortress Grey. So we just go into the Fortress Grey again, and again on the very high parts of this figure, just picking out, nearly went into Fortress Grey then, just picking out the very high parts and very edges, leaving the black wash in all the recesses. Giving this figure then some depth to the colour. There's lots of folds on the back here, guys, so for being so small, these figures are incredibly detailed. So just when you see a fold in a piece of material, just start at the very top. Try and do it in one stroke, just take it all the way down. Just like that. And that way your fold will be a uniform colour, because you're using the same pressure on your brush to make the marks and leave the paint where you want it. Just go around the hood. Again, leaving the black wash in the recesses. Okay guys, so that's him back to being highlighted. We'll then do the extreme highlights on him. We'll go and do Sam now, doing exactly the same thing but with the original base colours that we used. Okay guys, I'll get that sorted, and when they're done we'll come back and do the extreme highlights. Okay, we're back guys. So we've now highlighted the Hobbits. So we've got Sam and Frodo there done. On their backs I've done their packs in Rhinox hide. And what I'm going to do now, Sam had some pots and cups and plates and stuff on his back as well, so I've done those. The backpacks, I'm actually now going to highlight those. I've also based them as well, just to save a bit of time. So we're going in with Khemri brown over the just over the very edges again. Get some water on this brush, make the paint flow a bit better. So yeah, so we're just going in with the Khemri brown just to highlight the backpacks. I was actually looking at some of the other videos on my channel that I've uploaded already. Hope you guys have been enjoying them. So there you go, that's the backpack now highlighted on Frodo. I'm just going to go back in with the same colour to highlight the backpacks. Not too much on the parts you can't see, but just on the very peaks. On this one that Sam's carrying. It's got little straps and bits and pieces all over here, so just try and pick those out as well. Not too much there. We'll take that down in a little while. So he's got a couple of straps on his front here that we'll do as well. Again, not too much, just on the parts that the very edges, just to give you the indication that this is a pack and it's 3D. So there you go. When that dries down, that'll go back in to the original colour, and it will blend nicely. We have some pots and pans on here as well. So with those pots and pans, we did them in bolt gun metal. So we're just going to give them a quick highlight, and what we're going to use for that is mithril silver. This is straight out of the pot. Put a little bit into the palette, twist my brush, pull it back, gives me a nice point for me to just put a couple of drops of this just around the edge, just to pick out the highlight of these cups and pots that he's carrying, little tankards. So just on the very top of that, guys. I'm also going to go up his sword. Just on the very edge of the highlighted bits, leaving the black wash underneath, and that gives you a nice 2D effect, 3D effect on that. While I've got this mithril silver out, I'm just going to go in and put a couple of indications on his waistcoat for the buttons. So that's Sam now done. Again, mithril silver again for Frodo, just onto. Sorry about the skipping the video there, guys. So what we've done now is just given Frodo some mithril silver on his buttons, on his jacket, on his waistcoat, and we've gone over and painted charred and granite all over the base. When that's dry, we'll then give that a coat of the black wash, Zandri dust again, and Zandri dust and Ushbati bone mixed, and then a final highlight of Ushbati bone and white mixed together. We're going to do exactly the same for Sam. The only other thing I want to do to Frodo is give him a blue wash over his sword, because his sword is supposed to glow blue when orcs are near. So I'm hoping that that will give me the effect that I want. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do that, finish these two hobbits off, and I'll come back and show you the finished product. Okay guys, here we go. I have now gone ahead and completed the first two hobbits. I forgot to switch my camera on, so I must apologise for that. But these are the next two completed. I've just got to do the black around the edge of the bases, but as you can see, you've got Sam there all highlighted. His base done exactly the same as we've done for the rest of the figures. So that's Sam, and you have Frodo as well. I think they've come out quite nicely. I'm quite pleased with the shading on the clothes that they have. I think they look quite nice. So just move some of this stuff out the way, and I'll bring the base in. I'll put them into their positions where they go on the final base. While I was doing that as well, I did some parchment for Gimli, just to make his base a little bit more interesting, because it was a bit bland. I've just got to do the highlighting on the parchment, and I'm going to do that exactly the same as I've done with the rest of the base. So that's Gimli nearly finished now as well. So that's the end of part 7. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Part 8 will be the next 2 Hobbits. Part 9 will be Aragorn, and part 10 will just be a quick summary of what we've done and what I've learnt while I've been doing this process. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in part 8.